Today, I'm going to react to a video. I'm going to talk about some things. I was talking to somebody today and we were talking about brainwashing. That's why I really can't talk to like my family because they're just brainwashed. Like the worst thing about people that are brainwashed is when they're arrogant. And that's just ignorance, you know? So they think they know everything, but they're brainwashed. That's like the worst case, right? And people get like that, and then they get patronizing. It's like, wow, like how could you be like that, right? Like you get scolded for having an open mind. And what's going on right now is totally what, you know, the so-called conspiracy theorists have been talking about. You know, just to look at all this stuff, right? Like, to not think that there's like a work happening is bizarre, right? Like, okay, so here's an example. You got this war now. Remember like when the war came out, it was like, the war was, now it's like, it's just this ongoing thing. The stock markets are taking a shit. Housing is insane. Like I wish I held my house a little longer to find the right person to buy it, but it's insane. And then you've got all of these buildings going up in LA. As every building goes up, more tent cities come up. So who's gonna fucking rent them? Who's gonna buy them? It's just gonna be Crip Bros. As you're talking about Elon buying Twitter, which is gonna be another pod, you're not talking about that Elon quietly is developing a fucking robot. There's multiple videos of him showing the robot. It's iRobot. It's gonna be iRobot, like what it can do. And he made it so you can run away from it. And people are talking about the NBA playoffs, but like all this other shit's happening, right? Like China is now locking people in their apartments. Why isn't that the number one trend? China is locking people in their apartments if they were exposed to COVID. Locking them in, delivering food like every 4 days, not allowing them to leave, putting a note on the door saying this person was exposed to COVID, locking them in. But yet we're talking about the NBA playoffs. Buildings are going up by the fucking day. More tents are on the seat, but we're talking about baseball? The war's raging on, but we're talking about, I saw a thing today that said Zendaya was seen kissing Tom Holland. That's why I can't wait for Twitter to be taken over by Elon. Like maybe on the slowest news day, that should be talked about. Not with the way the world is now. And that's why I feel like Hollywood is either I'm in denial or I don't give anything about Hollywood right now. I think everyone just wants the realness and the truth. And so everyone's streamlining. Like I talked about, I'm streamlining my life. To think that all of this stuff isn't a preparation for other things, I think you just have to kind of be a little bit dumb. I'm going to play a video for you right now that is, I haven't seen all of it, but it's quite truthful. It's concerning. And it is cold. So there's this guy, Yuval Harari. He's with the WEF, which is the World Economic Forum, and he talks about their plans. In a nutshell, I tell people, why are you going to college? These jobs are going to not be here in 10 years. People get so mad at that. All these people like going to, that's another cult. Like you get mad at fucking people having cults. Fucking ASU's a cult. Harvard's a cult. Like I'm serious. These are cults. And people are indoctrinated in it. They're paying all this fucking money. They're not going to be able to use their degree. You can't use your fucking degree now. What are you going to do when a fucking robot takes your job? I've been saying this shit forever. And people are like, it's not going to happen to me. Well, here's an example.
People constantly compare the threat of automation and job loss in the 21st century to what happened in the 20th century. In the 20th century, you saw automation in agriculture, so lots of unemployed farm workers moved to working in industry. And then when automation reached the industries, they moved to working as cashiers at Walmart. But in those cases, what happened was that people lost low-skilled jobs and transferred to other low-skilled jobs. Moving from being an agricultural worker to working in some car factory in Detroit, you moved from one low-skilled job to another low-skilled job. When you lost your job...
So he's like a low-skilled job. You were displaced when they automated farming. So instead of you tilling it, a machine tilled the soil. And so then he went from that to like maybe working in an auto plant. So he said it was a low skill to low skill, which is, you know, fucking farmers like, oh, fuck you, dude. That's fucking, maybe it doesn't take a lot of brain power. I don't know, but it's hard work. So he's already being disrespectful to the farmer. But, you know, he's a fucking brain, so he's just going to say, so look, so keep watching.
You lost your job at the Detroit car factory and got a new job as a cashier at Walmart. Again, you moved from a low-skilled job to a low-skilled job. But the next stage, if the next stage means I'm losing my job at 45 as a cashier at Walmart, and now there is an opening as a software engineer at Google designing virtual worlds, this is going to be much more difficult than moving from the car factory to Walmart. And it's very likely that even if there are new jobs, most of the unemployed masses will not be able to make the transition. It's also a big question about young people, that nobody really knows what the job market would be like in 20 or 30 years. It's really
He's already bullshitting. He says 20 or 30 years. Definitely 10 years, if not 5. That's bullshit. There's definitely not going to be any bullshit jobs in 20 years. Everything's going to be automated. I don't even know if doctors are going to have a job. Like maybe because you want to see a human being, but surgery is going to be automated. Lawyers. I mean, I'm kind of safe. You know what I mean? Because they're going to want robots. They're going to love Android entertainers, and you're going to see that. So if there's a really good comedian, happens to be a robot, I think a human comedian is going to be a novelty. But it'll be cool because I'm like a living throwback. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, oh shit, that dude's like he's like a walking disc player. You know what I mean? So I might be there for the novelty. But everything can be automated. There could be an AI robot that looks so real, so good looking, so funny that you won't know that it's a robot. And it could fucking destroy and kill. Who even knows if people are going to be going out as much? People are going to be online a lot. So this isn't even why I'm playing this. Just keep watching.
The first time in history when nobody has any idea what kind of jobs and what kind of skills people will need in 30 years, which means that we have absolutely no idea what to teach children at school. Most of what they learn is going to be irrelevant.
He's correct. He is correct. That's why I said school is disrupted. Universities better grab their endowments. First of all, school fucks you up. It doesn't teach you the right shit at all. It doesn't teach you about taxes. It doesn't teach you about simple business. It doesn't teach you about health. It doesn't teach you about push-ups. It doesn't teach you about cooking. School should be survival, okay? First thing you need to do when you get to first grade is, this is your body. This is your body. Take care of it. Here's 10 principles to take care of your body. Are you ready? Water. Drink water. Fresh air. Take fresh air. This is a little piece of chicken. Eat that. It's called a protein. Okay? Have some water. Okay? Then, we know you don't like your green vegetables. Have some strawberries. Boom. Okay? Get kids into good eating habits. Get them into good play habits. Stretch. Fun. Boom. Get them in basic sensory teaching skills. Coordination. Throw a ball back and forth. Back and forth. Jump the rope. Basic things. Monkey bars. Stuff like that. That's what school should start. Like getting to know this. Then your mind. Develop your mind. Quickness. Judging situations. Okay. It's all backwards. Then eventually goes, okay. Cook. I mean, there's so much that isn't taught. Just fucking learn how to fucking do your taxes. Learn the bill. Why are you in school? Like all this. Anyway, I'm going down the rabbit hole. It doesn't teach anything survival. It teaches you how to become a dutiful, non-thinking droid. And this guy's being honest when he said that. Automation. We can't stop our innate ability to be greedy, and we can't stop our innate ability to push forward. That is why human beings are still here, because we don't go, satisfied. I didn't do Malibus and go, I'm done. I retired. I do another movie and another movie. I don't just do comedy and go, all right, I did it. I was just giving that today. I played like half the colleges in America, did a good amount of corporates, and played every club multiple times. Done a few TV shows on stand-up. Am I done? Maybe. I have to like win a couple awards and sell some fucking arenas out, and then am I done? No, you want to figure out what the next thing is. Guys who are rich and running it, and we all want, what do we call that? We want fucking economy of time is what? Efficient. Be efficient. That's what we are. We want to be efficient.
Learn is going to be irrelevant to the requirements of the job market and of society in 2050. What to teach them instead, we just don't know. And the worst problem, of course, is not in the developed countries, but in the developing countries. If you think about a country like, I don't know, Sweden, which now gets a lot of attention in the US. So I'm not so worried about the Swedes. I mean, even if millions of jobs are lost in Sweden, I think that because of the tradition of the welfare state and so forth, the Swedish government will raise taxes on the big companies and universal basic income or something like that. The Swedes will be okay, I think. The really big question is what will happen to the Nigerians, to the Bangladeshi, to the Brazilians. If millions of textile workers in Bangladesh lose their jobs because of automation, what will they do? I mean, we are not teaching the children of Bangladesh today to be software engineers. What will they do in 20 or 30 years? And do you really think that, I don't know, the US government will raise taxes on Google and Amazon in California and use that to pay basic income to the unemployed Bangladeshi? If you believe that, you can just as well believe that Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny will come and take care of the Bangladeshi. Because I don't think this is a realistic solution. Nobody knows what the solution is. So we may be facing, in the 21st century, a completely new kind of inequality, which we have never seen before in human history. On the one hand, the emergence of a new upgraded elite of superhumans enhanced by bioengineering and brain-computer interfaces and things like that. And on the other hand, a new, massive, useless class. A class that has no military or economic usefulness and therefore also no political power.
Did you hear what he just said? He said we're going to have, and this is known that people talk about this, but no one wants to pay attention. What do we do with the useless class? Think about that. He just said you're going to have a super elite, this is all being talked about. Unfortunately, it's being talked about and it's considered conspiracy. It's not. I'm just trying to tell people that this is going to happen. You're watching it happen in front of you. I can give you multiple examples. How many things do you do that are automated? You ever go to Farmer's Fridge in every airport? Best fucking food you'll ever get. Not a human in sight. Farmer's Fridge. I wish there was one in every airport. He just said it. Elites are going to do what? They're going to keep using their money. They're going to upgrade themselves. They are going to, their organs are going to be grown in dishes so you can do replacement parts for yourself. There's going to be bio parts to us. You're going to redo your joints. People are going to make themselves live longer. It's just no different than the lip injection. No different than Botox. It's just a higher version of it. People are going to try to live forever because no one wants to die until they figure out what it is. And then you're going to have all of these people that were basically the working class. They are the worker bees. They're the backbone of this world. And I'm talking about America. Like, it's going to hit America. But he's saying before it comes here, Bangladesh, Nigerians, these people are going to be like, yo, what the fuck? What are we doing? He's 100% correct. He's like, yo, Google's not going to get taxed so much that the American government's going to send that money over to Nigeria. It's going to be fucking adapt or die. But how do you adapt when there's nothing for you to do? See, what they do is they paint a picture. If you look at enough of this stuff and they say, well, there's going to be more time to be utopian. This is the con, right? You're going to be more time and you're going to spend it on things you love, like painting a picture or making a short film or learning the oboe or cooking, and universal basic income will come in, and, you know, and people aren't going to need to have jobs. Okay. So let me ask you something. If you believe that now, then how come there's so much homelessness? How come the homeless people aren't learning to play the oboe or cooking on the internet and, you know, sitting in the park? And no, they're throwing fucking feces at each other because no one's taking care of them. This homeless crisis is the beginning of what is going to be worse. There's going to be a huge inequality, and there's going to have to be some sort of, you're going to have to pay people because they're not going to be able to survive. Well, what happens if you don't want to pay people? I'll let you answer that yourself. Well, what happens if you want to control people? I'll let you answer that yourself. He just said it. This dude works for the WEF. I mean, I've been knowing about this for a long time. I'm trying not to share it, but I'm trying to share it because why am I sharing it? I think that people just need to understand this, because I think there's a big disconnect with a lot of people. This dude was like 20, 30 years. He's lying. It's going to be way quicker than that. It's way fucking quicker. The advancement in quantum computing. Quantum computer is low-key God. Low-key. Like, you can get almost any problem done with quantum. It's not totally there yet, but there's a lot. It's like, it's not at Holy Spirit level or Jesus level. It's not God yet, but it's like, I don't know, one of the angels. Like, it can do a lot. It's very powerful. If all the jobs are done, you're not going to need college. If people can't go to college, they don't have a job. So it's either you made money, you're surviving, or you're a fucking zombie. What are we going to do with the useless class? That's what he calls people. Useless. Everything in its place and a place for everything. Everyone has a talent. You want to talk about divisive? What are we going to do with the useless class? Think about that. How come that's not at the top of Twitter? That's insane. That's the most divisive thing ever. That's saying, oh, fuck, these people are useless. Useless. There could be a Banksium there. There could be Etsy moms. There could be a tap dance star. There could be a chef. There's tons of talents. I get it if you want to streamline and automate stuff, but they're just talking about making people disposable. It's right there. I'll share you the link. Think about it. Here's an example. There's two things I'll say. I told you what's happening in China. Now, Conover, who's Adam Ruins Everything, really smart guy, he tweets this thing and it says, barely 2 weeks after the Warner Discovery merger closed, TBS and TNT are shuttering their entire scripted TV departments. Multiple friends tell me that they're working on shows that were just suddenly canceled today. Once again, a mega merger is killing jobs and media options. When will it end? It's not going to end, Adam. It's not going to end. Hate to break it to you. They don't give a fuck. You're going to see a lot more reality, low-cost programming, completely streamlined. You're going to see Property Brothers all day. That's why MTV plays ridiculousness 24 hours a day. It's cheap. Gets enough eyeballs. So it's happening in our business. We are going to be pared down. And that's okay. We're going to have to adapt. But why I'm telling you this is because I don't think that guy wanted us to adapt. He's like, what to do with the useless class? Dude, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I'll tell you what. A lot more people are going to be artists. A lot more people are going to they're going to develop their other side. And if there's enough people living, there's enough to go around. But people don't want it to be that way. This is a little different, but it's in the same thing. Social credit scoring system designed to modify behavior launched in Italy, April 25th. Italy is poised to be the first European nation to implement a social credit system that rewards citizens for good behavior. The city of Bologna, or Bologna, in Italy is set to implement a new pilot project in the fall of 2020. Display behavior to earn rewards. Such good behavior that will earn the points that will correctly recycling or using public transportation. Okay, I recycle. I know a lot of libs that don't recycle. I think it's fucked up. Like, I actually feel weird throwing plastic out and shit unless it doesn't work, but I feel weird. Like, you could reuse the cup a lot. I don't even throw shit out until it's done. So I hate it when people don't recycle. So I'm already doing fine. And then public transportation, I don't like when people shit, but I was taking the train all weekend. I love the train. Subway's a little different. The municipality of Bologna is implementing a smart citizen wallet, which allows citizens to collect digital coins in exchange for behavioral exchanges, depending on their given source. Citizens can receive discounts in their local shops. The program was provided. Italy's move is social credit score, blah, 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 blah. Social credit score, especially when their nation. Last year, European. Look, that's been being talked about forever, and no one wanted to believe it. Okay, so look, it's annoying. It's fine. Recycling, I'm gonna win on that one category. Taking public transportation, I don't mind it. I don't have a car right now. I don't have a car. I Uber a lot. You don't need a car. But, I also get driven a lot. So I have that luxury. And people, actually, you can figure out the Uber if you do it. I also scoot a lot. I like scooting. So I don't mind that either. But, like, jaywalking, I jaywalk. So if I jaywalk, you might lose a couple points. Like, that's what's fucked up. Like, if you get these demerits and then you fucking lose something, you got to pay a fine or something worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't leave your house. That's going to be weird. So it's Black Mirror Season 2, Episode 2. Watch it. So all that has, I'm saying, well, how does that talk about what I'm talking about? Because they're looking at ways to go, what are we going to do with this class? Well, we can penalize people. They basically want to fucking put baby in a corner. We're baby, and that's the corner. You understand? They want to put baby in the corner, and they want to act like they're not putting baby in the corner, but they really want to lock baby in the cage. That's what they want to do. They actually kind of want to get rid of baby. That's my opinion. So I just think it's funny that people think all this shit is conspiracy, and it's not. And I'm just talking about it because I like to talk about it. And I am not any of that. I am a person with an open mind. I believe do what you want, love who you love, as long as it's not illegal, not immoral, and don't fuck with my money. I'm fine paying in the programs that help people less than, but don't like penalize me because I fucking figured out how to work the system and made some money. Like, don't just steal it from me. But I'll gladly pay higher taxes because I earn more. I have no problem with that. So whatever that is, that's what I am politically. But just remember, I'll put a link to the video. What are we going to do with the useless class? That's insane to say that. We all have to deem ourselves undeniable. If you think it's going to be utopia because everything's going to be automated and birds are going to be chirping, why isn't it like that now with all the homeless situation? Yet there's more wealth, more inequality. How's that going to get better? And then people are being locked, screwed in, welded in. They're welding. I should put this video in there. They're being welded. Put this video in there. They're being welded in their apartment. Welded in their apartment in Shanghai if they came near COVID. That's fucking beyond fucking evil. Welded in their apartment. So that's what I'm saying. This is all leading up to like, yo, dude, what do? You don't fucking tell jokes on stage. Oh, yeah, there's no acting jobs. Burger King is a robot. The car wash is a robot. You're a lawyer. AI does all the negotiating now. What are you doing here, dude? Get into your apartment. We're going to weld you in. I'm just saying. You think it's crazy. But people thought I was crazy when I was reading about the fucking Wuhan. And you can look at pictures. I was the first person around in my fucking little area that was putting on masks and shit. Even though now I have a whole take on that. And I said, that shit's coming over here. I was reading about that shit on Christmas Eve of 2019. I said, that shit is coming. It starts in China and it comes. Whatever. Peace.